All right, we are all set. If do you want me to bring everybody over, or did you want to do introductions first? Oh, you're muted.
Get it mutes us every time. Switch. Yeah, bring everybody over. That's good.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, November the 17th, 2021 session of the North Carolina Property Tax Commission. Our commission today is full staff: Vice Chairman Terry Wheeler, Commissioner Bill Peasley, Commissioner Alex Guest, Commissioner Jen Michaud, and our counsel and secretary Steve Pelfrey, and Ms. Bendette is our host and staff member for the commission. We're glad to have everyone this morning. We have two cases before us, one from Durham County, one from Onslow County. Both of them are here on motions to dismiss. We had two other cases for hearing, both from New Hanover County, but both of those got settled. So we have our statement on our agenda about any conflicts. If anybody has a conflict, please notify me. Seeing none, we will proceed. We have Mr. Waddell from Durham County. Good morning, Mr. Waddell.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Hunter.
And is there anybody here from Cisco Systems Capital Corporation? I was told that there was not anybody we didn't think online.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Let the record show that nobody appeared for Cisco Systems Capital Corporation. And this is file number 20, Property Tax Commission 0036. And as I said here on a motion to dismiss, Mr. Waddell, County Attorney for Durham, is here. Mr. Waddell, we'll hear from you at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members of the commission. This matter was continued from the October session to allow Durham County to provide an affidavit verifying the date of mailing of the notice to the taxpayer. That was in fact sent to the commission on October 20th of 2021 and received on October 25th of 2021. There really was no substantial question as to whether or not the application to the Property Tax Commission was untimely. I believe the only issue before the board was whether or not there was sufficient evidence in the record of the mailing, and that is in the record right now.
Okay, I think we all have that affidavit. And as far as notice for the hearing today, Steve?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the parties were notified of the continuance to this session.
All right. So any questions from any of the commission members? All right, seeing none or hearing none, do I have a motion in this matter that was continued from the last
So moved.
session? I have was that Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Commissioner
Second.
Peasley moves and Alex Commissioner Guest seconds that we grant the Durham County's motion to dismiss Cisco Systems Capital Corporation 20 Property Tax Commission 0036. Any further discussion? Seeing or hearing none, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
And it's unanimous. And thank you, Mr. Waddell. This matter is dismissed, and we appreciate your cooperation in getting that affidavit. And we'll probably see you back before too long. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Sure. The next matter for hearing is from Onslow County, and that's a matter of Christopher Stephen Brenner, 21 Property Tax Commission 0229, here on a motion to dismiss from Onslow County, represented by their attorney, Mr. Brett DeSelms. And I think we have the taxpayer here, Mr. Bruner. Is that correct? I see a box here with Mr. Bruner. If you can come on with your
Yes,
video.
sir. Good morning.
Good morning. I think I hear you, and there you are. Okay, good. All right, Mr. You pronounce your name DeSelm?
DeSelm,
Okay.
DeSelm, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, well, good. Well, welcome to Mr. Bruner. And we'll hear you from this matter from Onslow County, Mr. DeSelms.
All right. Thank you so much, Chairman, and appreciate the opportunity to speak this morning to you. This matter involves a listing of personal property. As of January 1, 2021, Mr. Brunner owned a 1994 Mustang in Onslow County, and Mr. Brunner failed to file a 2021 tax listing for the subject property. Onslow County discovered that property and sent a discovery notice to Mr. Brunner, which he signed and returned to the county. Of course, as a result of the failure to list that property, there was a 10% late penalty assigned to the late listing. Mr. Brunner appealed that decision and went to the Board of E&R, and the Board of E&R heard Mr. Brunner's request and denied his appeal. Mr. Brunner has appealed, and on his appeal, which I think is noteworthy, is he's not appealing the valuation of the property. All he's appealing is the late penalty assessed, and he said by the city, but of course, I believe he meant the county. It would be our contention that the Property Tax Commission is really not the body to hear these sort of appeals. 105-290 allows appeals concerning the listing, the appraisal, or the assessment of property. None of those are at issue here. It's the statutory allowed late penalty. Additionally, 105-348 is a statute that requires everybody to list their property, and I'll read it. I think I can maybe share my screen if that helps. Well, I guess I'm not able to share my screen, but I can read it for the record. It states, all persons who have or may acquire any interest in any real or personal property that may or may become subject to a lien for taxes are hereby charged with notice that such property is or should be listed for taxation, that taxes are or may become a lien thereon, and if that taxes are not paid, the proceedings allowed by law may be taken against such party. This notice shall be conclusively presumed whether or not such persons have actual notice. So in other words, everybody, we send out notices that tell people to list their taxes, but even if those notices were not sent out, everybody has a duty to list their property timely. Moreover, 105-312 subsection H provides that a 10% penalty be assigned for property that's not listed timely. So it would be the county's position that Mr. Brunner is not properly before the commission, because this commission is not designed or authorized to hear late penalty issues. It's designed to hear if there's issues with the listing or the appraisal of property. And even if this board did have jurisdiction, that it would be no hearing is necessary, because just on the face of the documents itself, you can see that the county discovered property, and those were all attached to the motion I filed. Mr. Brunner listed that property. He has not in any way challenged the value of the property, and the 10% penalty that was assigned is allowed by statute. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right, let's hear from Mr. Bruner. Mr. Bruner.
Yes, sir. The attorney is correct. I'm not challenging the vehicle's tax value. I paid that, and it's been verified by the tax office here in Onslow County. I did not, what the attorney stated, and that is incorrect, is I did not receive the paperwork in the mail. to file the vehicle. I am not the tax office. I do not know when it's due. So it is on the tax office to ensure the document is properly delivered via regular mail, certified mail, email, however they want to get it to the people to ensure it's filled out. It's not until I went to the tax office and verified and was finding out stuff about my house that I find out about my vehicle. At that time, I requested the paper to fill out because I had done it, and I'm sure that can be pulled up, that I did it for 2020. I filled it out. I put it in the drop box outside the tax assessor's office, along with a request for, I forget her name in there, to contact me to request an ENR review. I went to the ENR review, pleaded my case, and I believe that the 10% should be removed because it is not my fault. According to statistics, 329 million people live in the United States as of last year. 9 million parcels of mail as of last year yearly go missing in the mail. Now, I have no problem paying my taxes. I want to pay them. That's my requirement as a citizen here in North Carolina. I just believe that this 10% should be removed, and we go about our day. As far as this being the correct venue, I've already contacted the Onslow County Courts. They said that they are not the correct venue, that this place was. The ENR told me I had the right to an appeal, and they told me that this body was the correct venue for the appeal process. That is why the Property Tax Commission received my appeal request.
Anything else, Mr.
No,
Brennan?
sir.
All right, Mr. Pelfrey, can you advise us as to what the statutes require or allow for us in this type of matter?
Mr. Chairman, the relevant statute is 105, as far as the commission's jurisdiction. The relevant statute is 105-290, as indicated in the county's motion, and the commission has previously determined that the decision to waive or not to waive discovery penalties is exclusively up to the county to determine, and that the commission has no jurisdiction to review that decision.
Mr. Bruner, that we've had this matter before us before, and that is the statute that sets out what our jurisdiction is, and it does not give us jurisdiction on penalties. The only one that the General Assembly has given jurisdiction to waive the penalty, as the statutes and the cases have been interpreted, is the county commissioners or the Board of Equalization and Review. I guess it's commissioners in this case. So unfortunately, they're the only ones that could grant you your relief on this vehicle. It's a 1994 Mustang I see. That's 25 years old. That gets to be now, I guess, antique status. I
It
believe
is,
when I
sir.
was in the legislature, we had special tags for those or something. I don't remember if we gave them any special tax relief, but anyway, you might check in to that if you're interested. Do I see someone had a question? Yes, Vice Chairman Wheeler.
Mr. DeSelms, I would assume this vehicle does not have a license plate on it, and that's why it was discovered. And I ask that question typically because your vehicle is listed when you renew your license plate. And that's when the taxes are paid and then distributed to counties. So I don't know if this vehicle has a license plate on it, it would have been listed when he got his plate renewed with DMV.
Yes, sir, I understand the question. I unfortunately don't know the answer to that question. My understanding is that there's DMV and there's other systems that talk to the county, and that's how they discover these vehicles. But I'm not sure whether this vehicle had a license plate or not.
Mr.
It does not, sir.
Okay, then
it's
that's
not
why it wasn't
drivable.
listed. Okay, then that's why the county picked it up. Okay.
Just curious, is this one you just purchased or just weren't driving or?
Been driving, the transmission was blown on it, and I was recently
Okay.
had it rebuilt.
Yeah.
And this is not safe to be out on the road just yet.
Understand. It's good thinking. All right.
But yeah, it's definitely antique. I did try to get antique plates for it, antique status for it. The problem is one of the requirements is you got to have a garage. And the owner of my house previously had converted my garage into other rooms, so they won't grant my request for it.
Have a garage? I've never
You gotta
heard
have
of
a
that.
garage to
I
store it
don't
in
remember that. Okay.
because the
Yeah.
insurance carrier.
Okay. All righty. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Bruner, it sounds like we don't have any discretion to grant your relief. So the commissioners were the ones that you appeared before were the only ones that the statute gives that authority, and they denied. So if we had jurisdiction, we would be glad to hear your case. Anything else from the county, Mr. DeSalms?
No, sir, thank you.
I do see Mr. Guest has a question.
Mr. Bruno, I'm just curious, have you contacted the county and requested the county to waive or abate the penalty outside of the Board of ENR?
No, because the ENR told me directly to go to the property tax commission, so that's why I did it. And that was it. And I actually contacted Onslow County Courts as well, and they told me this was the place to go as well. I had not.
I don't know if the county has a provision for waiving first-time penalties for late listing, but it may be worth a telephone call and a discussion.
Mr.
I
DeSalms,
definitely will. Thank you.
this hearing, was it by the ENR or the commissioners?
The Board of ENR, sir.
And under the statute, is it the county or the Board of ENR who can waive the penalty?
I believe the county commissioners would have to entertain any request for a waiver of the penalty. So if Mr. Brunner wants to make that request through the tax department, it can certainly be put before the Board of Commissioners if that's the appropriate manner. And honestly, I'll have to look at what the statute provides as far as waiver. I do know that I do know that the Board of ENR does not have that discretion. I think it would go to the county commissioners.
Mr. Pelfrey, isn't the commissioners, don't they have the authority? You got it there in front of you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So ultimately the Board of Equalization and Review is an extension of the Board of County Commissioners, and what authority is delegated to them is going to depend on the resolution that creates the Board of Equalization and Review. But as far as the power to compromise goes, that does normally the default provision is that the Board of County Commissioners consider those requests unless that authority has been delegated to the Board of ENR. And so that could vary from county to county depending on the nature of the resolution. But in any event, and there are also the county also has the option of creating a resolution that allows Board of Equalization and Review appeals to be reconsidered by the commissioners before it comes to the Property Tax Commission. I don't know as a matter of practice of any counties that do that, but that's kind of a long-winded answer, I guess. But
Well, let's do this. It's a good point Mr. Guest raised. And I guess in looking at this, thought that that was the commissioners who'd refused to waive it. But Mr. DeSams, why don't you look into this matter and see if the commissioners do have the authority to consider it, and if they do, if you let Mr. Brenner know, and then that would be his appropriate avenue to see if he can get any relief from this.
Happy to do that. Absolutely.
All right, okay. Do I have any further discussion on this matter? If not, do I have a motion in the matter of Onslow County, Christopher Stephen Brunner, 21 Property Tax Commission 0229, here on a motion to dismiss from Onslow County?
So moved.
I have Vice Chairman Wheeler moves to grant the county's motion, and Commissioner Guest seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, no. It's unanimous. Mr. Bruner, we had no authority to help you, but maybe we've given you some information that will be of help to you in the future.
I appreciate it.
Okay, good morning. Have a nice holidays coming up before very long.
Enjoy your all's Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, that's the other two cases, as I mentioned, for today were settled. And so that's all we have before us today. Tomorrow, we had one hearing that was continued, and that leaves us with a motion to dismiss from Davie County. We had a hearing from Vance County, and that has previously been settled. We have 3 motions brought forth by our staff regarding no AV 14s or no AV 63s. So unless someone else, we will stand adjourned until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right. Good day, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good
Thank you.
day.
Bye. Have a good day.